Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Om. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Om. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, 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 Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Om Bhare Bhavasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhare Bhavasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om. Well, welcome again this morning. And there's a good view of a very beautiful institution of learning, so huge. And one of the dynamic schools in the neighborhood. Well, I want to talk to you about, again, yesterday we were talking about Shiva Lingam. And we were talking about the one Rameshwaran Shiva Lingam. And, that's relating to Bhagwan and Hanumanji and Mother Sita. That was stopping there. And if you go to that temple, such a beautiful temple is built around the Rameshwaran temple. And you walk through the corridors and the outside corridors, nice pillars, the construction, the architecture is so powerful. And when you go there, you have to take a bath in 22 different ponds there as a form of cleansing. And I took the bath and then also went into the river, that Indian Ocean there in the back. Today I want to talk about another Shiva Lingam, and this one is Kedarnath Shiva Lingam. And we were doing collection in Chennai, and then after of the Manav Mitra Award, BHARAT SEVASHRAM was selected by that committee in Chennai to receive the award for the great work that we're doing there. And many monks were there, and Swami Arupanandaji. Oh, we had the chance, Buddhananda Chamji, we were all there for the Mitra Award. And sadly, just before the award, some monks were visiting some temples in Kanyakumari, Balaji temple. And when they were coming back, there was an accident. And we lost like 2 of them, and 3 of them got hurt badly, but they recovered nicely. But after that, Buddhanand Swamiji said, you've been doing a lot, you need to do something different. So he says, okay, you have to go and take this pilgrimage into the Himalayas. And I looked at him with awe. Oh my, Swamiji, I could manage that. No, you have to, because you are capable of doing it. And pilgrimage for the sannyas, you go alone. So I said, but I will have to go to the train alone. This will be first time. Yes, you have to go with the train. And from here you will go to Delhi. The train was delayed for 12 hours because there's a lot of rain, and the train was rerouted. Got to Delhi late in the night, spent a few hours there, catch the bus to Haridwar. There was flooding. Had to come off the bus and cross over this big puddle of water and take off your your slippers, and hold it in your hand, and you keep going and get to the Haridwar ashram. Then spend a couple hours there in the night, early morning back again. I'm on the bus to go to the Himalayas, and I was supposed to change bus, but I couldn't. Something happened, the bus didn't stop, and I didn't know, and the bus kept going, and I said, okay, I'm on this journey. So 8 o'clock I reached the Joshimat, that's the end of the bus, and then the driver said, well, you can stay in this Shankaracharya ashram, and that's one of the greatest ashram. Shankaracharya would have established that ashram for the north of India. And as I was checking in, I heard this song, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. And I said, oh, that's coming from like a BHARAT SEVASHRAM saying. And he said, yes, there's an ashram set up, a zinc shed with plastic on the side. Why are you coming here? Go. So I crawl up the mountain with my suitcase, and with the help of a gentleman the Swamiji sent a helper. When I went there, the aarti was going on, getting ready. So the Maharaj said, oh, you'll do the aarti. So appropriate. And then I stayed the night, and then the next morning we went to Badrinath. I wanted to see, but he went with me. But as we were going, the mudslide from all the rain caused the road to be blocked by mud. And then we had to stop, the bus stopped, and they said, okay, go across. It was like about 500 meters. We had to go through the mud. On the other side, we catch the bus. And then the driver was so powerful. You're going up the mountain, up, and you go around the mountain, around and up, and then you start going straight. Badrinath ashram. Oh, I went there to our ashram next morning. I took the bath in the sulfur spring in the Badrinath ashram area, and went and see where the Indian Army was staying. That's their post to protect them from, that's the border from China. And then, I went to a place there where, that's where Ganesh Ji was writing down the story of the Mahabharata, supposedly, and it was being dictated by Vedavyas. So I saw that place, at a holy place. But then I came back by myself, and I was going to Kedarnath ashram, stopping at Gauri Kund for the night, our ashram, and then the next morning on the pony, going on a 3-hour pony ride up to the place of Kedarnath. Reached there, it was very raining all time, cold and rainy. I went to the ashram. First thing I went to the Jyoti Lingam. And that was so powerful to see that Jyoti Lingam. And Swami Vishwanathananda Ji was there. And then the next day we were touring the places, visiting the caves of sadhus. And then while we were there visiting caves, this gentleman came down, running down the mountain with a whole bag of flowers, Brahma pool. And he would have gone there every day and bring that flower way up in the Himalayas and for the worship of the Kedarlinga. And then in the evening we joined it. What a glorious time. And then my time was there, very cold and everything. But this is pilgrimage. You make the sacrifice because you get the benefit of all of it. And that Kedarlingam, it's supposedly that when the last journey of the Pandavas, they were going through and they were give up the kingdom, and they were making their last journey. They were practically looking to do the ultimate tapasya of surrendering their bodies. So when they were going through that there, they saw a herd of buffaloes. Sorry about that. Yes, they saw a herd of buffaloes, and Nakul, being one of the astrologer, he noticed that one of the buffaloes was kind of different. And then he tried to go and run after the buffalo, and then the buffalo sank into the ground. And that the part of the buffalo that didn't go into the ground stayed up, and supposedly that became the lingam, because that buffalo was Lord Shiva. So that's so beautiful. And then I had the opportunity when I was in Badrinath ashram to see the last journey. They're going to the valley. And then the story was that all of them would have died. First Draupadi, and then the last one to survive is Yudhishthir. And a dog was following him. And then the dog, when he reached the top of the mountain, cold and very tired and weak, a chariot came, and the Lord came to take Yudhishthir. But when he was about to go, the charioteer said, "You can't take that dog." And then he says, "Well, if the dog don't go, I don't go." And he was adamant about it. And then when the Lord realized that his dedication and his seva, his truth, Yudhishthir truth, then the dog came out as the Lord Yama. And then they ascended to the heavens. So this is a powerful story. And then the story goes that when he was there going into the heavens, supposedly, he went and he asked to see, "I want to see where my brothers and Draupadi are." And when he went, he saw moaning and groaning. And he recognized that sound to be his brother's voice. And then he went and he saw them suffering so badly, supposedly in heaven. And then he asked, "Lord, why are they suffering?" And then the Lord said, "Well, they did some wrong, and small amount of wrong in their life, pap, and they're working it out. And when they're through with that, the small amount of pap, they will receive punya, and they will be in that place of comfort and and everything, and then they'll be waiting there. Maybe they will be reborn again, because it seems like, and they will take birth again, but in a higher, like gods and goddesses. But when he went a little further, he saw Duryodhana enjoying himself, and then he said, Lord, why is he's the biggest commit so much pop? And then the Lord said, well, he's utilizing the lower portion of him, his good, 20% good maybe he did, and when that is exhausted, he has to work out his pap, his sin, yes, in the suffering. So this is a very powerful story. It answers the question, what happens to us when we die? And this pilgrimage coming through from that Kedarnath, Lingam, and going there all through that, it answers the question that in this lifetime, let us try to work out through our karma, through our good seva. Bad SEVASHRAM Shank, Swami Parameshananda would have said, what is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-abnegation, self-discipline, adherence to truth and countenance. So let's try to, through seva, be religious and work out all our sins. And then what will happen? We will not come back again. This is in chapter 6, Bhagavad Gita. It tells us that if the best we might want to do is to come back in a home of the enlightened, and that will be our last birth. But we can do it in this lifetime with the leadership of Swami Parameshananda and these great spiritual masters. We can get there. And I could feel it, that Swami Parameshananda is working. We just have to make human effort, and then he will release us. And then we don't have to take birth. We will go in this lifetime, like I will practice every morning, that after the yoga, asanas and meditation, and lying flat on my back, exit the body through energy, all the energy, vibrations will go into earth atmosphere and then phase and space, and then it will consume all of space, and you could feel that you're entering and you're becoming Satchidanand, truth, consciousness, and bliss. Because what happened? You have the omnipotent, you're becoming omnipotent, all-powerful, 100% and 100% of the time. Omnipresent, you here, there, and everywhere. Beyond creation you are. And omniscient, you know the past, present, and future. And from that place, of that state of being, consciousness, you see the Leela of the Lord. And then you say to yourself, I'm not going to be a victim of this Leela. I have traversed it. I am free. I'm liberated. So let us all try for that. And let us say, oh Lord, I want you to help me rediscover that I am that consciousness. It is inside of me as the life force. Help me to rediscover that. Help me to remove the barriers of identification with the body, mind, intellect, and ego. And through that process of elimination, I will become consciousness in this lifetime. Help me to do that. That should be our prayers. Let us, with Lord Shiva and Shivaratri coming, and the Surya Narayan is here, let us all pray in the form of mantra, and you can do this in the meditation. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Let us pay adorations to the Guru of BHARAT SEVASHRAM Shank, Swami Parameshananda Ji. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Param, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. It's a cold morning, but you could hear the birds. Again, the woodpecker is chomping on the branches of the trees. Birds are chirping. You see the ducks and geese are in the water here. And how beautiful a morning it is. Take blessings. Hari Om. Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Have a beautiful day, devotees. have no fear.